Are you ready to take a ride on one of the largest pellet grillers on the market? Let's do this. First thing you're going to notice with the Louisiana Championship Series is you're not going to go thirsty. Nope. And if you like to smoke a cigar, we got a championship way of lighting that cigar. With the Louisiana Championship Series, you have what a lot of the pellet grills don't have, especially the Traeger. Traeger's a great machine, but the one thing the Traeger doesn't have that the Louisiana Championship Series has, and all the Louisiana machines, Louisiana Championship Series has that slide top. The slide top, you stick that up to 600 degrees, you're going to start to get a flame drawn up here. It's going to sear any steak you have. The one thing that Traeger grill owners complain about is the lack of ability to sear a steak or sear anything, you know, to seal it. When you want to seal in, lock in those juices, you want something to sear it. That's the one thing this offers that the Traeger doesn't. I've already used it pretty effectively. It created a great sear on my steaks. So you have a large cooking capacity here in the main grill. The main grill goes all the way from smoke 180 all the way up to 600 degrees. Along with the main grill, you have 3 warming grills. I don't know about you, but I'd probably use those warming grills to throw a few racks of ribs on. I'll call them warming, I'll call them smoking. Out here you have an amazing digital touch display. On the Traeger, the digital touch for me, on both the machines I have, it's a knob, it's a dial. Here you got easy use digital touch. I can bring it all the way down to 180 or all the way up to 600. We'll leave it at 180 during this discussion. I don't want to waste pellets. So over here you have a primer button. So if you push and hold that primer button, it's going to feed pellets into the machine. So maybe you want to get a couple more pellets in that machine. You want to boost it. You want to get some more searing going. You push your primer and get that going. Over here you have a set point temperature, which is where I set it. I have it set at 180 right now, but I just did that. Push that, you have the actual temperature. The actual temperature inside the unit right now is 309 degrees. So that's a great feature. Know what the difference is. Over here you have the probe. So you can plug in a meat probe right here and plug that into your meat. Now the really amazing thing, and I don't know if Traeger has that, I don't know if any of their units does, but I know the Louisiana Championship Series does. The one thing that probe will do is it will, right when your meat reaches that internal temperature that you set it for, it's going to shut down and it's going to go to warm. Don't tell the ladies, but you could be sleeping while you're grilling. The Louisiana Championship Series is going to shut down for you and keep your meat warm and not overcook it. You have a large capacity pellet hopper, and then they also sell an extension you can add onto that pellet hopper and make it about this high if you're going to do a really long smoke. Over here, now this is the view, this is what drew me in. I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, hey, this thing's like a choo-choo train, this thing's huge. That's what she said. We have the warming chamber, and in the warming chamber, as it says hot smoke, I left that on there to show you guys. Hot smoke, caliente. It goes from 150 degrees all the way up to 350. So you can add racks of ribs on each one of these. You could add anything you want to smoke. Look at all that space. 1, 2, 3, 4 racks. You can even slap another rack. You put a 5th rack up there. Your ribs aren't that thick. 6th, 7th rack? That's incredible. Initially $1,000. It's kind of an eye popper. When you say every guy was stopping to look at this thing. They all wanted to see how it works. Oh, one thing I forgot to show you. Now this isn't going to just heated by magic. It doesn't have its own pellet thing or anything like that. You got to pull these sliders. And that's the first one is for small holes. It'll draw in a small amount of heat and a small amount of smoke. And the second one is the larger holes. That's going to draw in a larger amount of heat, a larger amount of smoke. So you control the smoke, you control the heat by pulling those two back. Now that's going to draw in from the main chamber. That will affect the temperature in the main chamber. It's going to draw the smoke and the heat into the second chamber, the hot one. Now that will draw the smoke and the heat up into the third chamber, the cold smoke. This is something you see on add-ons. You see them on a lot of add-ons. I think Traeger has an add-on like this. It's a cold smoker. Cold smoke, you can smoke cheese, you can smoke lox, you can smoke a pork belly and make some bacon with that. So you want to put that 180 degrees, smoke that up there. You got 2 racks, but obviously it's got enough room to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 racks in there. 6 racks in the cold smoke. Let's count that again. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 racks in the hot smoke. So you're looking at 8 racks in the hot smoke, 6 racks in the cold smoke. Your main cooking area at 1, 2, 3 additional racks. That's crazy. So you can be making the meat for your sandwiches in this chamber, more meat in this chamber, and you can have breads in there warming and put it all together in one shot. On-off damper to draw the smoke out, keep the smoke in, depending on how much you want it to get smoky inside there. Where's all the grease gonna go? Here it is. It goes inside these drawers right here. This is the grease drawer. You have to take those out and clean those periodically. That's for the grease catcher. Each one of these has a grease catcher. You can see I have not let this get dirty yet. It's a brand new unit. I'm taking this ride with you right now. Got large, strong industrial wheels on the bottom. It has lockers so you can lock the wheels when you get it in place. And here's storage cabinet space. You could stick a couple of large bags of pellets down there in the storage cabinet space. And now, to bring it all home, a spot to take your bottle caps off, start drinking. You don't want to just smoke, you want to have a drink while you're smoking. Here's a place for your towel rack, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 studs in there to put your tools. And a nice cutting tray, or holding tray, however you want to see it. What has everybody excited at Costco when they're walking by this thing? Here's my Traeger. This was my Traeger. This is the Louisiana. This was my big unit. I got a smaller one. You look at these things, you're like, I don't know. I don't know when I'll ever use all this space. This thing's pretty incredible. That's it. Just cut it.